Well, here we are for a very special summer edition or spring edition of Gen Y Footy. And the man here on my left, you'll know him from the Geelong Footy Club, Stevie Johnson. What's going on? Why are we here at the squash courts?
Well, I've been playing a bit of squash in the off-season just to keep myself fit, playing Lingy and Mackie, and I've got them covered, and I've been gloating a little bit on Twitter, and Dino's seen that, and he's decided to make the trip down the freeway and take me on.
You don't usually play against elite athletes like this man here. He's a three-time premiership player, three-time All-Australian, Norm Smith medalist. What on earth are you doing facing him?
Frankie, this is my domain, mate. He is a premiership player in the AFL, but I don't need to go through my credentials in squash. I think they speak for themselves pretty much.
Dean was a spring champion last year, and this is the trophy that they gave him. Not quite a premiership medallion, but it's still intimidating.
It's very intimidating. There's not much more I can say about it.
How are you going to beat Steve Johnson in a game of squash? Seriously.
I just stick to my normal game plan, mate, and I'll be right. Stevie, good luck, mate. You'll need it.
Right,
Stevie, one last thing to say to this man here, and just burst his bubble, please.
Don't get too cocky, man, alright?
So the most anticipated match in squash history was about to get underway, but before that, a quick rule check with Stevie J, not too familiar with the rules of squash, so Dean just running him through it. Dean won the imaginary toss and, of course, elected to serve, and also taking the first points of the game. The match was a close one early, with Stevie J showing some familiar class, then racing to the lead. But then for some reason completely missing the ball. A costly error for Jono, and his confidence absolutely shot. Dean started to show why he was so good at squash last year against the over 50s. And the pressure was starting to show on the Cat star. So the score at 12-7, and I hate to say it, but a bit more brilliance from Dean was on display. And the first set was over. Johnson, though, was optimistic at the first break.
I've never been a great starter.
Fair enough.
And I've learned a few trade secrets, so don't be surprised if you see a bit of performance in the next set.
He's a lot better than I thought. He's quick off the mark. He can hit one down the line, but if I get this one, it's done because it's best of three. But if he gets this one, we're going to three, and I think he might get this one. Best of five. He's called best of five. Okay, well, it's best of five. There you go.
So the second set underway, and things weren't getting any better for Stevie J. A cheeky smile of disbelief, but the squashing from Dean continued. Three love now in the second set, and I actually can't remember the last time Jono won a point, but three in a row got things interesting again. Once again though, Johnson missing the ball altogether. Although Johnson's pressure kept the second set alive. One of the rallies of the day, and it was to make or break either competitor. Johnson acknowledging the next point crucial, and was able to deliver. Close to snatching the second set, Stevie J got in the way, and a let was called. Dean taking a 2-love lead. Well, that is the second set down, and it's 2 sets to love, Stevie J. 13-15 though, you certainly don't give up.
No, I don't, and as I said, I'll warm to the task, but just disappointing to go down that fashion. I was coming home like a steam train, and I've hit the ball back in my area, and Dino's called a let to hand himself the set.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I was out of the way, but it's the way it goes, and I'll use that as motivation.
I had Stevie 5'10" cooked. He's a steam train, he kept coming, and I have a self-proclaimed let stroke at the end, which got me over the line because I am the ref and the player here. So.
What would Chris Scott be saying right now? It's three-quarter time. You're down by 5 goals. It's your time to shine. What's he going to say, and how do you respond?
He'll say, have you got something special? And I'll say, yes, I do. I'm bringing out the headband.
He's got a headband. This is true. Expect to see the headband in the next set.
Well, it's 2 love, mate, and he's a footballer, I'm a squash player, so I'm ready to get the job done.
So now with his red headband in place and 2 sets down, the 3-time premiership star needed a spark. But once again it was Dean out of the blocks first, racing to a 3-1 lead. Unforced errors from Dean, keeping Johnson alive. Though not for long, Dean closing in on a straight sets victory. So all those years of competitive squash for Dean had taken its toll on the Cats' star. Dean bringing up 6 match points.
Game ball, match ball, 14-8.
But the never say die attitude saving 3 of them. Until the inevitable happened. Dean wrapping it up 3 sets to love. Well, that brings it to an end. Stevie Johnson and Dean, 3 sets to love, but you came home in the last. The headband, though, didn't do much in the end either, Stevie.
No, it didn't. He's got a bit of skill, Dino, and you can tell he spent a lot of his excess time around squash courts as a young player. I've usually been out playing golf and looking for girls and that type of thing, but Dino's been down the squash courts. I would love to get a bit of practice in and have a rematch, mundane green like.
Yes.
No, don't worry, I will not forget about this. I hate losing.
That's a tick, mate. It's another one in me, under my belt, and I beat Stevie J in squash.
Stevie J, well done. Dean, congratulations. Until we see you again next time out on the squash courts, good luck, Stevie J, for season 2013.
No worries, thanks, boys.
Do you want me to start with the camera, Len?
No, leave the camera alone.